Okay, I am going to start converting this document by getting everything set up. And those things are Adobe Acrobat version of the PDF over here on the left, and then the ABBYY export in Microsoft Word open on the right. And in order to synchronize these pages, I have a special script in the program AutoHotkey. Yeah, that sounds right. AutoHotkey. So I'm going to open that script called PageSync. And once that is running, I can confirm in the system tray that PageSync is running. And then I can even see like that it's doing its thing by going into the Word document, holding Control and pressing page down. And then that advances me one page in the PDF. Anytime I switch pages with Control page down, it seems like I might be zoomed in a little too far on the PDF. Okay, so yeah, this page on the Word document starts with for Aristotle, and then the next page in the PDF is for Aristotle. And then I can even jump to the end of the document with Control End, and it will jump to the bottom of the document in both the Word document and Acrobat Reader. Okay, Control Home to go back to the top. And that jumps to the top in both versions. And now I can get my Word document a little bit better set up visually so that, I don't know, the editing process goes a little smoother. I do like ABBYY Fine Reader's ability to highlight in blue things that it wasn't sure about in the conversion. And if you ever want to get rid of those blue marks, you can just highlight the section, or you could do Control A to highlight the whole document. But I'm just going to highlight this page and then hold down Control and press space, and that removes all character level formatting. So that's like a quick way to get rid of the highlights that ABBYY puts in. I'm going to Control Z to put them back because I'm going to use them. I noticed that the margins are a little weird after this ABBYY export, and so I do have a macro to kind of really quickly reformat margins, page size, change the text to something like Calibri, and it might do a couple of other things. I think I remember when I run it right now, it's going to give an error. Okay, it actually did not give an error. So it made my margins narrow. It did make the font in Calibri size 14 so that it's like easy to see on my monitor so that I can change the size of it. Sometimes you might need to select all and change the font to something like 8 point if you have a whole lot of content and you need to fit all that content onto single pages, because one thing that I did with this ABBYY export is tell it to preserve page breaks from the PDF, and that way it really just like sets me up for this formatting process well, because then I can use the Control page down and it synchronizes. Yeah, like right now in Virtue Ethics is shown on both pages. Control page down again. Yes. And I even, what was that? I set up in my AutoHotkey script a keystroke, a key combination that if I kind of get focused on my Word document and move down a few pages, I can tell, let's say I move down to this page that starts with however inviting. Then I can cue Acrobat Reader to jump to that page. So it's really handy if you get focused on editing the Word document and you want a really quick reference in Acrobat as to what was the original content. I I really don't remember that keystroke, but I'm just going to try something. Control Alt Shift S. No, that brings up the styles dialog in Word. Control Alt T. No. That added a trademark symbol or something. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to my script. Auto hotkey. Edit my script. Okay, it looks like Alt Shift S is gonna synchronize Acrobat to Word's current page. Okay, let's see if it actually works. Alt Shift S. Yeah, it jumped me to that page, however inviting and compelling. However inviting and compelling. Very nice. I forgot how I did that. So Alt Shift S is the shortcut that I set up for myself in Auto Hotkey to jump to whatever page I'm on in the Word document. I don't think the same is true for whenever you have focus on the Acrobat window. I'm going to try Alt Shift S. It does nothing. So really, like, the focus has to be in your Word document. So this page starts with we rightly focus on, and then I'm going to do Alt Shift S, and it jumps me. You can see what it does is grabs the page number from Word, goes over to Acrobat, calls up like Control G or whatever the go-to page command is, pastes in that page number and press enter, and then now we're on we rightly focus on shared. So the pages are now synchronized again. And then I would go back to using Control Page Down. Yeah, I thought that didn't work, but it did. So it keeps pages synchronized with Control Page Down. Okay, so the one time that Microsoft Word throws a wrench into this is I'm going to search for the word as, and it's going to find 400 instances of as. And let's say I don't want to search for as anymore. Microsoft Word thought it'd be so clever that Control Page Down after you search for something will then find the next instance of whatever you searched for. And so it goes from move my cursor to the top of the next page, and then that shortcut gets remapped to find the next as. So like I pressed Control Page Down just now, and it has the next as highlighted in my Word document. You can work around that by pressing Control G in the Word document, and it's the go-to page dialog, and then it says enter page number. I'm just going to hit enter just to tell it I want to search for the next page. And because I just searched for the next page, I've then remapped my Control Page Down as its original function, which is go to the top of the next page. So now, yeah, my page numbers continue to be synchronized because I've remapped that function. And again, if you ever get off in your Word document, if like a 200-page document, and you get focused on the Word document, you can do Alt Shift S, and that will call your PDF back to synchronize with your Word document. So super handy when you're trying to refer to the original page pretty often. Okay, so I am ready to edit my Word document. I'm going to Control Home to get back to the beginning. This one starts with 2, so I'm going to throw in a chapter 2 so that the person using a screen reader has a little bit more reference as to what the 2 means. And then I am going to combine chapter 2 and the chapter title Virtue Ethics, and then Control Alt 1 to make that a heading level 1. And Abby brings over its own version of headings, and I've done some testing to where JAWS and NVDA and Windows do not see this heading structure from Abby, but VoiceOver on Mac is able to call up this heading structure. So yeah, what I like to do to be safe is just kind of use this heading structure that Abby creates and just quickly click through and use my Control Alt 1 2 3 4. 4 you have to set up manually, but use your heading shortcut keystrokes to really quickly convert this Abby heading structure into Microsoft Word heading structure. So right here, practice medicine and ethic, practicing, this one's not actually a heading. So I have set up another keystroke, Control Shift A, which sets whatever it was that I pressed that to normal style. So it's just a really quick way to like set something to normal style. Control Shift A, but you do have to set that up. So I would like go into the styles, drop down, right click on normal, modify, go into format, shortcut key, and there's my Control Shift A for that shortcut. And then Cambridge, same thing, that's not really a heading. So Control Shift A on that to make it not a heading. So any actual heading structure like this, A, thinking, doing, being, I'm going to do Control Alt 2, and it lost the A, so I'll add that back. And now Section A, thinking, doing, and being is a heading level 2, and Chapter 2-Virtue Ethics is a heading level 1. And now I am ready to start formatting, and I'm going to try to use my macro one more time. I actually have it set up as Control Shift Alt A, and it does not set text to like normal style, and so it kept my heading structure that I had set up. And I'm realizing now that this is not the right heading structure. So I'm going to do Control Alt 2 on distinctive features, add the I period back, and thinking, doing, being is going to be a heading level 3, add the A back. So now my heading structure is looking good, at least for this page. And now I can start looking at the original text. Outcomes of actions and the goodness or badness sounds right. So then I'm going to come over here, goodness or badness, yes. This is really common, this dash space, especially when it's like a split word, or like this one's actually supposed to have the dash in there. So I'm going to copy that, open Control H, find and replace, and it likes to get rid of the space, so I'm going to add the space back. And for these, I am going to have it replace dash space with just dash, and that's a pretty safe thing to do, so I'm just going to replace all. Said it found 30 instances of where it did that, and some of those might be split words that I end up having to replace, like get rid of the dash, but that's okay. Alright, consequence looks good, and again I'm just using these blue guides from Abby's export to know what I should look for. Kind of people, honest, that looks right. Being, my footnotes actually came through from Abby, which is really nice. Yeah, footnote number 2. This caret doesn't look right. So 384-322 BCE looks right. This is, I actually got rid of that space when I did my find and replace, but that's okay because it's a quick add back. And now I feel good about my first page. Control page down. Wow, it did that thing where it actually just searched for the next thing that I just searched for. So I'm going to do Control G, and that's going to put me back into searching for the next page break. Okay, on this next page, I do have them synchronized, and theory of moral value is going to be a heading level 3. I'll add the B back. may or may not be watching. Is that what it says? Yeah, watching. A presumption, future, a presumption that is commonly take virtue. Where is this in the original? Virtue ethics seriously. May not. You've probably already found it. I'm having trouble. Okay, such traits over here. Such traits are virtues. No, I'm in the wrong sentence. By taking, we take virtue, ethics, virtue. So for whatever reason, it just added an apostrophe. That's okay. Having the right kind of character decreases probably the likelihood, I'll confirm that. Decreases the likelihood that a physician will act habitually and without concern. We'll have the, it wants to make the into die for some reason. I guess I may as well do like a find and replace for die. And then I can say that I'm ready to replace it with the, and then I can start searching with Alt F. And that one needs replaced. Integration of the virtuous person. So R key will replace it. One of the benefits, cooperate in the tasks, kind of life, the virtues, yes. What the chief good, based on the belief, species, and yeah, this actually needs to be there. About the implications, skip this one, so F key to skip. Through the communication, the so-called, therefore, these, the, there, the, other. Wow, it really thought that every instance was DIE. The persistence, employing the dispositions, the virtues. Okay, so we pretty quickly just found every instance of THE turned into DIE. We're back on page 2. This is probably another one where TH was made into TII. So copy, open up TH, and we'll just do that same process. Alt F to start searching. Yes, R key. Yeah, it's going to start at the beginning. Okay, so not as many examples. And here's ethics, which TH became DII. So copy, Control H. And this is THI. Yeah, that seems right. Alt F to start searching. Yeah, replace, search from beginning, and it was just 3. And then TH was DI. This is kind of the same thing we were just searching for, but I did more than that, THI. Okay, start searching. That one, condition no. There are going to be a lot of DIs. This one might not be worth running. So I'm just going to try text suggestions and no with pneumonia. Okay. Page 2 is looking pretty good. Alright. So I accidentally scrolled to the next page, so that's fine. I can do Alt-Shift-S and it will synchronize my pages. So now, semicolon, days, yeah, there is a semicolon. If, comma, a little bit more messy down here. And those at hand. This is like the, and whose, this is supposed to be whose. So yeah, let's try TV because I see another one. So Control H, TV should be W, Alt F to start searching. What seems right? Whose? What? Yes. Okay, so there were a few instances of that. And then M, it's supposed to be universal rules, I'm guessing. I'll confirm that. Universal, after the date, rules of behavior. We can't search for every M because there are a lot of M's in here, but I guess we'll keep an eye out for it. Here's another TTI. I'm gonna copy that, Control H, and yes. Yeah, this is actually a good way to do it because we could just do double T replaced with a W, but there are gonna be a lot of double T's. So TTI, at least in the next word, makes sense. So Alt F to start searching. With, yes. Attitudes, no. So F key. Setting, no. Attitudes, putting. Attitudes, following. So not a lot of times that misrecognition happened. Thomas Aquinas, dates look right. 429, dates look right. Who accepted, DRAT, probably who accepted that, yeah. That could be another one that's worth searching for. Yeah, let's search for DR, that should be a TH. No, this is not going to be worth searching for. Okay. Our footnotes are there, that's great. I think we got everything. 7, yes. Okay, I'm actually going to use Control Page Down to move to the next page. And I keep searching for things, and so it's remapping my shortcut. So Control G to remap find to go to next page. Eudaimonia, eudaimoniid. It knew. Okay, flourishing. This is one of those where the dash space, I could have replaced all the dash spaces with closing that gap completely, but there are words that have dashes in the middle of them, so I didn't want to do that and get rid of those dashes between words that are supposed to have dashes. Ethics, just use a text suggestion for that. Right here it goes from 13 to 7. That doesn't seem right. So 13. Let's see what line that jumps to. Hold down Control and click on the 13 a few times until it actually moves my cursor. It really doesn't want to jump. Okay, it finally jumped. It jumped to 13, which is great. But we have reflection. Yeah, it looks like contemporary is not supposed to have a footnote, so I'm just going to get rid of that text. And we're still missing one, and it's because this 10 did not come through. So I'm going to do Control-Alt-F to add a footnote for that. And then, I need a quick way to grab this text. So I have a program called Capture to Text. No, it doesn't want to be available, so I'm just going to have to go in here and grab it. Capture, run that. And now that it's running, I'm going to do Windows Q, drag a box around that text. And it's a pretty accurate version. So I can just paste that. Aristotle's Ethics. Aristotle's Ethics. 11:14. Okay, so now our footnote's looking right, and our footnote numbers are synchronized correctly again. Okay, so defining moral value virtues, that's a heading level 3. And I believe, yeah, in my list over here, we're on C for those headings. All right, we have 16. Oh, again, we've moved pages. Alt-Shift-S to get us synchronized. 16 through 24? 16 through 24. Okay, all of my footnotes seem to have come through as noted in chapter 1. Alright, that page is looking pretty good. Control page down to advance. Dispositions that incline us. Another heading level 3. This is going to be D. Okay. Footnotes. We have 25 through 30 in the original, 25 through 29 over here, so we are missing one. 25 came through. 26. Well, 27, 28. So this 30 looks weird. Control-Alt-F for a footnote. And I'm ready for the text. A lot of times for misrecognized footnotes, Abby will just dump that text at the end of the document. So I'm going to do Control End. And then, yeah, here it is. It's a little bit better recognized. Let's see. Quick way, I'm just going to do page up to really quickly get back to the area where I was. Alright, number 30. Paste that in. I'm not going to worry about the look of the text. I now have the footnotes looking good again. Alright, looking at the blue highlights from Abby. Oh, I need to synchronize pages. And this looks like the significance after footnote 30. Yeah, the significance. Moral life looks right. Moral life, yes. This doesn't seem right. B and no. Requires motivation to persevere. Yeah, persevere. Or persevere. Minimize their tensions. Looking right. Control page down. Disposition that will sustain us. Flows, Aristotle's. Check out our footnotes 31 through 34. 31 through 34 seems like they all came through. Another heading level 3, and that's going to be E. And it thought D would be better. Let's do E. Alright, it accepted it this time. Looks like another that. Limit with this is looking about right. Pencoffs, yes. Nice. Control page down to synchronize the next 2 pages. Short term, let's add that hyphen back. For members, separate that. Phronesis, that looks right. Aristotle. Virtue. Check out our footnotes 35 through 38. 35 through 38, looking right. Aristotle. Virtue. Another question with another. Okay. This page, other than our heading, seems right. F, yes. Okay, moving on. There are persons whose moral character, yes. Rosalind Hursthouse. Rosalind Hursthouse, looking right. Correct. Where is this? Gilbert. It's supposed to be just a dash. And I think he is correct. That can exist from in which virtues form. In which virtues form, yes. Let's check our 39 through 42. 39 through 42, looking right. Persevere in the pursuit. We'll add our spaces back. Alright, moving on. Here's another main section, so heading level 2, and this one's going to be II. We can always refer back to our PDF just to confirm that. And then we're going to move to heading level 3s as subsections of that new main section. And Aristotle. There are a lot of Aristotles. I'm just going to do a Control H and spell it correctly. Aristotle. And then replace all. Okay, so 5 instances that I just saved myself from. Is another spelling that I've had to fix a few times, so I'm going to change DIAT to THAT. Replace all. Alright, 10 more that I didn't have to do manually. Chief good. Where is this? Next to last or end. That was another one where I feel like I've seen that before, so I'm gonna Control H and just change OI apostrophe to or. Replace all, and it made 2 replacements. Whatever. All right, 43 and 44, 43, 44 for footnotes, looking good. Teleology, good. Eudaimonia, good. I think this page is done. Ugh. Because I searched for something, I'm gonna have to do Control G. And now we're back. Fulfilling, that doesn't seem right. And ethical, this is kind of that call out. That are, yeah, supposed to be fulfilling, not fulfilling. Okay, according to Lear, no apostrophe needed. Let's check our footnotes. 45 through 50, 45 through 50, everything came through. So now we're just checking any kind of misrecognitions. These are some dashes. Control right and left arrow moves by word, which is a really quick way to move around when you're doing text corrections like this. Beatitudo. Yeah, beatitudo. And this page is looking right. Control page down. Intermethate. Is that a word? Intermediate. Alright. Word knew what it meant. Intermediate. Check our footnotes. 51 through 54. This one, the numbering recognition got a little off. Intermediate. Intermediate. Tire. Let's just change all tires to these. And the limits, replace all. Hopefully they didn't talk a lot about tires in this document. Okay, what else do we need to grab? The ethics of virtue, yeah, that looks right. 52 is an actual footnote. Alright, I feel good about it. Control page down. Aha, got me again. Control G to reset my next find to find the top of the next page. Intermediate. Here's an A, so I'm going to Control Alt 3 to make that a heading level 3 and make it sub point B. We'll check our footnotes, 55, 56. This is not looking right. So this did not come through as an actual footnote. So Control Alt F for footnote, 55. And then down here, 56, Control Alt F. So now we have placeholders for 55, 56. And the text actually did come through. So I'm just going to drag that text to 55. And drag 56 text and get rid of those 55, 56 that aren't right anyway. This is supposed to be vices. Provide, not just bad. Oughts is correct. This is a misrecognized quotation mark. Oughts, 55. This numbered list may or may not be, yeah, it's an actual numbered list, so I'm going to leave it alone. I'm moving on to the next page. Okay, 57, check our footnotes, 57 through 62, 57 through 61. What am I missing? One of these is probably not going to look right. And you can hover over them to see if it actually came through as a footnote. So 58, 57, 58, 59, 60 others, 61. Yeah, life is the one that didn't come through. Moral life, Control Alt F. And it's probably going to be at the end of the document, the text is. So Control End. And 61, yep. I will copy that. And you can do Alt left arrow. I thought I could do Alt left arrow. If I had followed a link to get down here, I could do Alt left arrow, which is like back button on a browser. But I didn't do that. So I'm just gonna hold page up to get roughly back to where I was. And 61 footnote is where I was. So paste that text. And that may be it for this page. Yes, yes. Just checking the blue areas. Control page down for the next page. Ugh. I'm stuck at the bottom of my PDF, so Alt-Shift-S to synchronize pages. And check my footnotes, 63 through 65. 63, come on, footnotes. So that Rosalind Hearst house did not come through. 65 is after prohibitions. So get rid of that numbering, Control Alt F to add a page number, jump to the end of my document, triple click to get the line, copy it, page up to get back to where I was approximately, paste that text, and get rid of the text version of 65. Okay, and then just clean up. Hearst house, I'm actually just going to tell it to add that to the dictionary so it stops pointing it out. Provide. Consequence based. The same. Principle based. Ethics. Yet her need. 64 is a footnote. If and only if. Right here. Incompatible. Alt-Shift-S. Incompatible. Oh. Yeah, this is the right area. And ethics is incompatible. So this is not supposed to have an apostrophe. All right, next page. Outcome that yet Frankena, I don't know how to say that. Space. Check our footnotes, 66 through 69, 66 through 69. I like it. Observation that embrace the need for, not Fox, deeper, which of seminar rooms, and we're looking good. Control page down. Practice. Check our footnotes, 70 through 76. Looking good. What? Theologica? Come on. Theologica. Still doesn't like it, but that's okay. All right. 70. Yes. 70 through 76 is looking right. Is clearest. Perhaps is clearest for those. Yes, was. Universals. Moving on. Listener is supposed to be 77 and not question mark 7. So footnote. And now I have a placeholder and it's probably at the end. I'm actually not going to do control page down this time because it keeps moving my page in the PDF. So I'm going to highlight that text for 77, use my page up key. I guess I could have just used my page down key to get down there. But control page down is the thing that synchronizes page down by itself, does not synchronize pages. Alright, so 78 seems to be the same. Control Alt F to add a footnote placeholder. So 77 through 82. 77, it's not looking right. 78. Just go to the bottom of the document and grab 78. I'm gonna copy 79 while I'm down here and just quickly get back to where I was. And Windows key plus V brings up like a clipboard manager, which is nice. Where's 79? Modest. Footnote. And then Windows V to get my clipboard manager. Alright, we have 80. 81 is looking really weird. It actually did come through. So let's see if I can just add 81 to that. Yeah. Seems like it'll work. And then 82 came through as 85, it seems. So I'm just going to make that 82, and the actual link came through. So I can control click on it many times, and eventually, yeah, it did move my cursor down there. Maybe. You have to move it around sometimes. Okay, it finally jumped down there. So yeah, everything seems to be linked on this page well. Now, I don't see any text corrections, so control page down. And Melander seems to be spelled correctly. Observed en route. Check our footnotes. 83, 84 came through. I'm not seeing much to fix except trainees learn. No, trainees and trainees. What's that supposed to be? And trainees. Whew, I'm having difficulty finding stuff in the original text. Trainees learn. Practice and trainees learn. In the text, the original, it looks like that word is learn, so I'm going to leave it as learn. Formal, yes. Down here, we have a weird greater than symbol, so I'll get rid of that. 78. All right, next page. Oh, next main section. Control Alt 2. I. Looking good. Footnote 85, 86. Where is 86 supposed to be after other? Placeholder, Control Alt F. And then I'll just hold page down to get down to the footnote for 86. Page up to get back to where I was. Paste it as the text. And move on to the next page, I believe. Yeah, I don't see anything else to fix on the previous page. I'm just going to manually move down to the next page. And James, thank you. Vital non-malevolence. I'll just add in a hyphen. 87 between virtues and principles. Seems right. And I don't see anything else to fix other than my footnotes. 87 through 92. 87 through 92. And James, what's so special? Really weird. What? Oh, come on. What's so special? Okay. Shelp. Yes. Standards. Control page down. On the grounds that virtues cannot serve as primary action. 93 through 95, 93 through 95, providing will be generally happiness maximizing. See that underlying. I'm feeling good about this page. Ooh, a leaning page, sometimes not great. Let's put violating back together. Ripples on a pond. Check our 96, 97. Yes. Providing. McIntyre. Without inordinate regard. Yes. Looking good. Getting closer. This one comma doesn't make me feel great. It's actually just a misrecognition. So this is supposed to be end quote, produce them. I'm not going to add the comma because the original text probably didn't have a comma. Thus, yeah, I don't see a comma in the original. We can agree with McIntyre. We can agree, yeah, not supposed to be there. Reflect the traditions, the clearest. Okay, feeling good about that. Control page down. Summary is a main, so IV for the summary. 98 through 103. 98 through 101, we're missing some stuff. Provides, alright, 98, good is 99, virtues is 100, versa is 101, this is not looking good. Categories is 102, so Control Alt F. I'll just add a placeholder for now, and then virtues, Control Alt F for 103. So now we have placeholders. I'm going to go to the bottom of the document and grab both of those. Copy them separately so that I can use my Windows V clipboard manager. And let's see if that looks right. IBID, yes, Windows V. To get the next to last one that was copied. Happiness. Just make sure there's nothing else to fix up here. And importance at the top of both pages. Intermediate. Illustrated. Do we have any footnotes? No, so we're just correcting text on this page. Under the radar. Principle based. Looking good. Control page down. Getting really close. The no footnotes. principle-based, such, can, ends-oriented teleology. I like it. Control page down. Just some general information about the book. More information about the book. And then we copied and pasted all these. So I'm actually going to get rid of them from the end of the book. Appropriate period. Whew, this one's looking good.